You can't throw a rock these days without hitting a celebrity or a politician whose back is against the wall because of sexual assault or harassment allegations. It's spreading across the media like an epidemic. It's now only a matter of hours that pass before each new case breaks the news, accompanied by a celebrity's face pasted across the screen like a mugshot. Stellar careers and media empires are toppling. One after the other, they are being snuffed out by the pervert flu. In a strange twist, the virus seems to be targeting circles of very powerful men. Once mainly affecting the financially disadvantaged, infecting those without the financial means to defend themselves, the virus has now mutated and invaded the once sterile and insulated halls of power. We are witnessing the early stages of a plague unlike any we've ever seen, and before it's over, we will see the bodies of numerous male players rolled through the streets, their bodies stacked in carts, like scenes from the Black Death. I've been watching the reports come in for weeks now, as icon after icon has had his ticket punched in front of the world, the lives of some very creative people flushed right down the pipes. And I sit here and I'm thinking, man, is that awesome or what? Seriously, this is Hollywood at its finest, delivering the best entertainment it has ever been able to muster. It's the spectacle of seeing a bunch of snotty rich, privileged cucks getting publicly sodomized by snotty rich, privileged liberal women, all set against the backdrop of quite possibly the most depraved subculture in American history, the Roman Polanski cheering child star raping cesspool of Hollywood. It's fucking beautiful. So move over, gender side. The great cuckicide of 17 has begun. And one simpering, latte-sipping, do-as-I-say, not-as-I-do George Clooney motherfucker at a time. I want to see them all go down. I want to gorge myself on popcorn as I watch their careers and their depraved, hypocritical asses go up in flames. And I want to see Hollywood evolve into its final, disastrous form. That of 10,000 prostrate men groveling for approval while women walk right across their backs in stilettos. I know it's coming, and I just can't wait to see it. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, wait a minute, Paul, most of these high-profile sexual assault allegations turn out to be lies. And you are certainly right about that. From the Scottsboro Boys to Emma Sulkowicz, almost every high-profile sexual assault case in American history has turned out to be complete bullshit. So yeah, the chances are that a lot of these cases of so-called harassment and assault are just more of the same. But you know what? I don't care. Matter of fact, I hope that the averages play out and these women are lying through their teeth. For me, that makes the justice all the sweeter. These holier-than-thou, gyno-obsessive blue pill blowhards have been unrepentant, high-profile ambassadors for every anti-male theory they could wrap their grimy little minds around. They clap like trained seals when Meryl Streep is on stage in a $50,000 gown, crowing about how disadvantaged women are. And they jump at the chance to do PSA spots for every bullshit feminist cause du jour. Even Jason Patrick, who went to YouTube with a campaign in his struggle to get custody of his son and to reform sperm donor laws, linked, also showed up to participate in the Ban Bossy campaign, linked. These days we have Randy Jackson and Common pushing their high-profile mugs into PSAs telling men that sexual assault is all on them, linked. They were even joined by Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe? Come on, Mike, say it ain't so. And then there's Patrick Steward preaching at men and men only about domestic violence, linked. And Daniel Craig dressing up like a woman, doing his best to convey male shame as a gaggle of lies about women's oppression are pushed through the audio, linked. So when I see the chickens coming home to roost on the shoulders of these Hollywood fucktards, my only real hope is that the chickens shit all over them. In fact, I get a little thrill as one man after another is sent off into the sunset, destined to bore the fuck out of strangers in bars with stories of their glory days in the limelight. Things are similar in Washington, especially if you're a conservative on the eve of an election, or say if you're a conservative in your 90s and bound to a wheelchair. Liberals are showing the infection much more right now, but libs are much better at taking care of their perverts, so they get less attention. And I don't feel one bit different about the handful of cuck-servatives who got caught up in the epidemic. Let them all burn in hell. From spending our money on pork like VAWA to maintaining the phony baloney narrative that girls are disadvantaged more than boys, I hope they all rot, burning in a fire that they set. I was recently contacted about this whole mess by a journo from MuffPo who wanted quotes on the current chaos in Hollywood. In fact, I just got off the phone with her, which inspired me to sit down and finish writing this essay. She was a courteous and inquisitive enough interviewer, asking all the right blue pill questions about this decidedly blue pill issue, which of course meant we really never got to discuss the subject in its proper light. Sure, I mentioned the media frenzy and did my best to explain that I saw it as gynocentric obsession, at least in language she would understand. But it was, as it is with all mainstream publications, a circuitous conversation that never got around to the core issues. The media frenzy over all this damseling is gynocentrism in action. The same is true for the masses of those who chant "Believe the woman," who have come crawling out of the woodwork to virtue signal. But even the accused men, where the accusations are true, are part of the same problem. What else but gynocentrism, the worldview that women and their sexual availability are the most important things in the universe, could drive this kind of behavior? What red pill man would lower himself to coerce women for sex? Most of them are cautious enough about women that they will record or otherwise document their interactions with them in order to have proof that they didn't do anything. And to be even more honest, completely non-gynocentric men are sometimes hard-pressed to give women the time of day, much less a free pass to destroy their lives with the power of allegation. If Harvey Weinstein had a few red pills in his gut, his ass would not be in such a sling right now. Now, I'm pretty sure that the media spin on this will come down to pointed fingers at men's rights activists. It always does. We are the great boogeyman under the bed, always available to absorb blame for the shortcomings that women don't want to face. And this part of the conversation did make it into the mix with the nice lady from MuffPo. Are there scumbags in Hollywood who prey on young aspiring starlets looking for fame and fortune? Of course. The fact that Hollywood is a casting couch culture is the worst-kept secret of Tinseltown. Everyone knows about it, and it doesn't stop a fresh stream of female meat from moving to Los Angeles every year. But the question is, what do you do with harassment or assault when you're faced with it? For me personally, it boils down to whether you're okay with being a victim. If a man tries to pressure me in ways they shouldn't, and some have in my life, they get an up-close view of my face and an earful of "fuck you." The few times in my youth that they tried any kind of assault, they ended up in pain very quickly, even at times where inflicting that pain assured pain for me too. Show me any person with solid personal values and the spine to back them up, and I'll show you a person who won't be running to the media and to attorneys 20 years after someone did them wrong. You'll know when they've been done wrong the very moment it happens because the fur is going to fly right then and there. Anything other than that is bullshit damseling. There are no victims in these matters, just volunteers. If you're waiting for me to feel sorry for any of them, all I can say is don't hold your breath. But as for the whole stinking mess we know as Hollywood, all these low-rent women and the men who treat them like the most desirable objects on earth, I am just peachy with letting it all burn down. I'm too busy living my own life to care. And that is it for another talk. As always, I do hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you next time.